And that big story tonight at 5, the man who died after riding the Stardust Racers roller coaster at Epic Universe has been identified, and his cause of death is now public.
So the Orange County Medical Examiner has told us late this evening 32-year-old Kevin Rodriguez Zavala death was an accident, and he suffered multiple blunt impact injuries. The sheriff's office says he was found unresponsive last night on Stardust Racers. He was taken to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. WESH 2 has been on top of this story since the very beginning. On the left is exclusive video from Chopper 2 last night over Epic as investigators were on site. And on the right, a live look through Chopper 2 over Epic right now. We have live team coverage starting with WESH 2 News investigative reporter Greg Fox outside of the theme park tonight. Greg, the cause of death raises plenty of questions.
Yeah, it sure does, because I think a lot of people, when they hear stories like this at all of the theme parks, including Epic Universe, Disney, SeaWorld, all of the parks around here, you think that it's a medical condition. Strokes and heart attacks happen all the time. But what led to this man's death? Now we're seeing the start of what will likely be a much longer investigation here at Epic Universe. Claire Ross and her family are visiting from overseas and heard about the death of a 32-year-old man following a ride on Stardust Racers at Universal Epic Universe. She and others planning to go to the park aren't sure about riding that coaster.
Was going to go on that ride, now potentially questionable, but obviously I'd like to understand what actually happened. Was it the ride or was it something pre-existing?
It is obviously very sad. Hopefully, you know, we feel bad for his family and things as well. But he maybe had some underlying health conditions and things.
From Chopper 2, you can see deputies and park workers near the rails and the guest entry points. 2 off-duty deputies responded to a man-down call and found the rider unconscious. Universal said the guest became unresponsive after riding Stardust Racers and was transported to the hospital where the guest later died. We are devastated by this event and extend our sincerest sympathies to the guests' loved ones. We are fully committed to cooperating with this ongoing investigation. The attraction remains closed. The medical examiner's report says Kevin Rodriguez Zavala died of accidental blunt force trauma. Shown here during the month Epic Universe opened in May, the dual-launch coaster, which can go as fast as 62 miles an hour and peak at 133 feet, is an extremely intense experience, according to theme park blogger Theron White.
Even outside of a fault happening on the ride, these are extreme forces to put on your body. I mean, when you're going on a roller coaster or a drop ride or any kind of thrill attraction, even if you're skydiving, you're putting something on your body that is not something that your body is really used to experiencing, and that can be a lot for anybody.
That's why Universal has signs posted that indicate people with certain medical conditions should avoid riding. The state has joined the sheriff's office investigation to ensure the operation of the ride is safe and did not contribute to the man's death. The Orange County Sheriff's Office is the lead agency looking into this death that occurred after a 32-year-old man rode a roller coaster here at Epic Universe. Live in Orange County, Greg Fox, WESH 2 News.
And tonight we're looking into the latest injury reports across all of our parks here in Central Florida. The most recent report from the State Department of Agriculture is from July 15th. This is also the first quarterly report to include Epic Universe, which opened in May. From April to July, 12 injuries were reported at all of our parks. 7 injuries were reported at Universal Orlando Parks, and of those injuries, 3 were documented at Epic about a month after the park opened. On June 22nd, the report shows a 63-year-old man became dizzy while on Stardust Racers. He had pre-existing conditions. And then 2 days later, the state reported a 47-year-old woman who also had a pre-existing condition reported experiencing some sort of visual disturbance or numbness on the same ride. On Hiccup's Wing Gliders, a 32-year-old man who did not have any pre-existing issues said he felt some chest pain.
Now, you notice several of those citing those pre-existing conditions, and it's common to ignore the warning signs you see right before rides.
Lindsay Sablon is live from Chopper 2 tonight, looking into what you should consider before you hop on a ride. Lindsay.
Doctor told me very plainly, do not ignore those warnings. They exist for a reason. I would like to give you a live look at that ride from Chopper 2 right now, the Stardust Racers. And we're zooming in here because in the last 20 minutes, the Chopper 2 crew, we were trying to see if we could see underneath that green awning. And if you look alive along with me, you notice maybe just the nose of that car. That car appears to have been stopped there since it was closed down last night. This is a thrill seeker's dream. 5,000 feet of track, racing cars with some serious G-force. So, what is that doing to your body?
Blood flow to our brain, blood flow to our organs. They are really, the body really is used to simply normal gravity. And when we go through these very high intensity maneuvers, we're like flying in a fighter jet.
Dr. Jaya Leland hasn't been on Stardust Racers, but we showed him the ride. While it seems obvious, I wanted to know the real science behind why expectant mothers or people with cardiovascular problems should avoid these types of rides.
Some of these rides can have G-force that can be magnified, affecting things like blood flow. People can have trauma, bump their head.
The description for Stardust Racer states high speed, sudden and dramatic acceleration, climbing, tilting, inversion, and dropping. Warnings to take seriously. The celestial world is all about creating that outer space feeling here on Earth with lights and strobes, something else Dr. Leland says can have a negative effect on your health.
Strobe lights are well-known triggers for things like seizure disorder, neurologic conditions.
But Dr. Leland stressed it's important you get annual screenings we all ignore because you could feel healthy but have an underlying condition that flares under stress.
And back out here live, a view from Chopper 2, you see there are no cars currently moving on those yellow tracks. That is because the ride is shut down today. And man who builds roller coasters for a living that is not affiliated with Universal told me it's unknown how long this ride could be shut down, a day or two. It all depends on the investigation. And there is a lot that will come out on this investigation. I spoke with a personal injury lawyer earlier. I asked her if she thought that the park could be held liable for this man's death, and she told me it all depends on what comes out of this investigation. Live in Chopper 2, I'm Lindsay Sablon, West 2 News.
Now, theme park rides undergo vigorous testing. Stardust Racers goes as fast as 62 miles an hour and as high as 113 feet in the air. Daniel Lavelle didn't work on this ride, but knows what goes into building these and making sure they're safe. He says it all starts at construction.
Make sure that the fitment of the track pieces are good, the trains are technically sound.
What are they looking for to make sure that this ride is safe?
Well, I mean, obviously a lot of it is technical data. They'll hook up machines to the ride, like I said, with an accelerometer and G-force meter. They want to make sure that it's not, let's say if the ride is supposed to do 3.5 Gs and it's doing 3.7 or 3.8, they can take that data and say, all right, maybe we need to slow it down in a certain area or do something different with the track.
We also asked the International Association of Amusement Parks and Attractions what goes into theme park safety testing. A spokesperson says, quote, criteria are detailed for risk assessment, hazard mitigation, rider restraint and dimensions, biomechanical considerations, including acceleration limits, mechanical loads, electrical, operating conditions, fencing, handrails, gates, walkways, signage, and many other areas.